Arthur Morgan didn't become a good man. He just saw the truth too late, and honestly, if you really think about it, that's why his story hit so hard, especially for me. Because honestly, by the end of the video, you'll see why most people completely missed his story and what it's actually about, and why that actually matters. So here's the thing, people look at Arthur and see redemption. Like, he's finally turned into the person he was always meant to be, right? But if you actually pay attention, that's not what happened. Not even close. Arthur didn't change because he wanted to, but rather he changed because he ran out of time not to. Let me explain. At the beginning, Arthur isn't lost. He knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what he belongs to. He follows Dutch, and he trusts Dutch. And more than anything, he doesn't question anything Dutch does. And it wasn't necessarily that he was blind to what Dutch and the gang was doing, but if you look closer, you'll realize that him admitting it would have actually cost him a lot more early on. Dutch gives him a purpose and some kind of structure, like a reason to keep going. So Arthur doesn't have to sit with the reality of what he's actually doing with his life. He just believes what he needs to believe, and then he just keeps moving. And that's the part I feel like people miss. Arthur didn't suddenly wake up one day and just decide to be better. He spent most of his life avoiding the truth because as long as he kept following Dutch, he never had to take responsibility for his own choices, but he was also a part of something. But eventually, cracks start showing, and it doesn't really happen all at once, but it happens, and slowly. You can see it start to happen in the way he looks at things, the way he hesitates, the way he starts questioning decisions he used to follow without thinking twice. But even then, he doesn't act on it, because seeing the truth is one thing. Actually changing your life because of it is something entirely different. And that's why the moment with John matters so much, right? Because that's not what I would call Arthur becoming a hero, right? Arthur's finally doing what he knew he should have done all along, protecting someone who still had time, giving someone else the life he wasted, right? That moment isn't really about redemption. It's more like he's running out of time to lie to himself even further. Arthur didn't turn good. And this is the part that really hurts, right? Because he just reached the point where he couldn't pretend anymore. And by the time that happened, most of his life was pretty much already gone. And that's why his story hits the way it does, especially for me, because this isn't just about Arthur Morgan, right? It is in a surface sense, but a lot of people tell themselves that they'll change when they're ready, right? And you've probably done this, when the moment feels right, when they've figured it all out. But the truth is, most people don't change until they don't have a choice anymore, until they lose something they can't get back, until they run out of time. So when I come to a conclusion about what the game was about, Arthur Morgan wasn't this redemption story that people like to believe. It was more of a warning. The worst part isn't so much that he changed, but the way I look at it, it's how long he waited.